Hey guys, Austin Malleolo here of the Reebok HQ Fitness Facility giving you the Road Runner Workout of the Week. Now, I want to break down some movements and exercises that will help you stave off injury from running. Now, obviously there's no predictor from an injury perspective, unfortunately, but what we can do is put ourselves in the best position to stay strong in the areas that we know sometimes break down first. So, the first one is going to be a movement. It's the air squat. And again, it's an often misunderstood movement, but this movement allows us to strengthen the musculature in and around the knee. And the knee is an area that takes a lot of pressure in running. So, a few things I want you to think about when we squat, and then give you an idea of what we can do from a therapeutic perspective to strengthen through range of motion. One, making sure we have a proper setup. Feet shoulder width apart, at the heels, toes slightly toed out. Then from here, when we squat down, the hips travel back and then down as the knees push over the toes. We finish with the hip below the kneecap, weight in the heels, and that back is pulling up nice and arched, that nice S curvature of the spine locked in, and then standing to full extension. Now the reason why we want to squat all the way below parallel is so we can work on the hamstrings as well as the quads and the muscles that really make sure that we can strengthen for that running movement. Now, another thing as we go down is pulling that chest up to make sure we keep that back locked in. But again, heels down, knees tracking the toes, driving to the heels. Just like when we run, we want to make sure the knees track the toes appropriately. So again, we'll start to see some translation and carry over here. If we're struggling with our squat, what we can do is hold some type of weight. I have a light 10-pound dumbbell, but no more than 10 pounds. Anything that you can hold on to, holding it out in front of you like this, is a nice counterbalance that will allow you to sit back in the heels a little more. So as you squat down, pull the chest up, hold that dumbbell or whatever load you have in front of you, and then standing up to full extension. Think about executing this movement, maybe doing 5 sets of 10, slow and controlled with a pause in the bottom. That's going to really be helpful for you and start to develop some of that therapeutic strength, or if we're coming back from a little injury. Again, rehabilitation by definition is to regain functionality. So let's start with these functional movements that will translate to some of our passions that's certainly out there running. Now, another movement that we can do would be a split squat by raising that back foot. So putting your back foot on a bench, the stairs, something that's just elevated. Again, from there you think about big toenail down on that bench or whatever that step is. You step out a little bit, and then what we're gonna do, and you'll practice, you'll find the space, you'll just drop down, dropping that back knee, and then driving up to the heels. The key is to keep this front foot flat, and then driving through that foot that's on the ground and balancing with this back foot. And then you switch by replacing one foot with the other, again, putting that foot behind you, driving down, and then standing up, pulling that chest up as we drive up and down. Now again, this unilateral movement, really focusing on one movement, and again, is going to strengthen the musculature in and around the knee, work on the hips and the glutes as well nicely, which we want to make sure we strengthen. But again, having that balance issue now, because again, that's what we're seeing when we're running, that we only see that one foot striking at the time. So again, really translating to balance and strengthen that unilateral movement. Again, maybe think 10 reps on the left, 10 reps on the right, going for 3 sets, slow and controlled. Again, if that's easy, starting to add some repetitions. Don't worry about adding too much weight to begin with. Now, to finish up this little movement session here, you're gonna get maybe a lacrosse ball, some type of ball. Again, golf ball would work as well. And you're gonna sit down. You're actually gonna take off the old shoes, okay? I'll just take off one for you here. And what you'll do is you're going to then just roll your foot up and back, right underneath, and really right where that arch is, as you can see, right in that middle of the arch, right there, and you're gonna find a spot, and you're gonna circle around. It's gonna be relatively uncomfortable, and you're gonna find that and hone in on it. Don't press down too hard. Keep the pain threshold below a 7, okay? So we don't wanna go higher than a 7 there, and then you'll find that. So just think you're going up and down, and then left to right, latitude and longitude there. Once you find a spot, usually right in the middle, right towards that medial arch, that's where you're gonna find that, and you'll get some good love there, okay? And spend about maybe 3 minutes on one foot, 3 minutes on the other foot. You're gonna realize this not only will help you underneath the foot, it'll help your calves, your shins, and your hamstrings. For those of you struggling with those areas, this is a really great place to start. You can also test your hamstring flexibility before by just bowing like that, keeping the back flat and the legs straight, and then doing it afterwards. And you'll notice you'll increase your range of motion from a flexibility perspective just by rolling this lacrosse ball under your foot. So really cool stuff. Little party trick as well, but it absolutely will help you out there, guys. So work hard and have fun with these little exercises and movements.